You know it in your core. Introducing the Helios Core, a breakthrough in skating development. With smart technology and artificial intelligence, the Helios Core analyzes key aspects of your skating, then shares the data in a mobile app. So players and coaches can see a player's progress, what still needs work, and where they stand against other players their age. The Helios Core gives players the information they need to improve their skating faster than ever before.
I really do believe that the lacrosse community has become stronger with trying to really chase that Olympic dream. You've seen so many different countries striving towards greatness. You're now seeing more and more players come from the collegiate level and the pro level and strive to play for their country. I think that's an incredible thing. And I think having the Olympics at stake really has made that come to life.
We started talking about Olympic inclusion. We all knew that we needed to get there. And, it's such a privilege for us to be playing the sport and to be involved in the sport right now at this stage where we are ready to be taking that next step.
I think the vision to return to the games has rebuilt community and a sense of pride and momentum, purpose that we haven't had in 20 plus years. To feel that fire and that possibility has been pretty cool. And it's why a lot of us have put so much time into doing our part and having a role in getting lacrosse back to the Olympics.
I think most people would agree that the Olympics are the pinnacle of sport. It is important for us to continue to grow, promote the sport, and actively pursue that.
Just to see where the sport is and see, wow, they're here from that country. I didn't even know they had a lacrosse program. It opens your eyes to such beautiful things that our game has done, and it just shows me that there's so much more we can do.
And I think people think we're just aiming for the Olympics, but we're not. Our main ambition, our main vision is actually to grow lacrosse around the world. And the Olympic vision helps that at every stage. It helps it with growth, it helps it with the publicity.
Both World Lacrosse and different lacrosse associations have been improving a lot, no matter if it got included or not. We're growing more members, more people know about lacrosse, more people picking up a stick and start playing, and people start to enjoy the sports a lot more as well.
It's brought us all together, no matter where you're from, no matter what team you play for, what country you represent. It brings us all together because we have that common goal of getting our game to that Olympic stage, and I think it's only been a positive. I think a lot of people, it's created positive change within, the youth landscape, into the college ranks, and professionally. Just been a great transition and a lot of growth for our game.
Number 4, Esther Anai. Number 7, Susan Kaptingi. Number 9, Joyce Akalawala. Number 10, Lena Anzala. Number 11, Valerie Omondi. Number 12, Glide Capella. Number 15, Maclean Osoji. Number 16, Sarah Kagwira. And number 23, Sheila Chirokich. Staff, head coach, Emmanuel Omisikwa. Assistant coach, Peter Vinegar. Physiotherapist, Winright Muhadu. And team manager, Ashley Aitken. Team Kenya. Officials for this morning's game. Lead official, Cheryl McNeil. Referee number 1, Caroline Cole. And referee number 2, Rod Gross. At this time, I would like to give thanks to the Creator for giving this medicine to the Haudenosaunee and for sharing this medicine with the world. We give thanks to all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit as we all sit in their territories. Specifically today, we are in the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of Scuba Island. We say miigwech. We say thank you, Creator, for giving us Mother Earth. You then gave us the tree in which our sticks are made from. This is the true roots of the medicine we call lacrosse today. Miigwech, Nawe, Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce from British Columbia, David Wallace, with the singing of this morning's Canadian National Anthem. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Thank you, David. And now for the Kenyan National Anthem.
And welcome everyone here to Civic Field in Oshawa for the beginning of 4 games here today. It'll be Kenya versus Canada to start off the day. Next up will be the Haudenosaunee against the Americans. This game's slated for a 10 o'clock start, so we got about a minute and a half before this one will commence between the Canadians and Kenya. 11:30 start for the one after this. So stay tuned. Lots of lacrosse going on here today at the Women's World Lacrosse Super Sixes. And I will quickly explain the rules. If you haven't seen these sixes yet, it is something like you've never seen before. It is a hybrid, I would say, between box and field lacrosse, where the field is very compact, as you can see, with the balls riddled around the playing surface. So it's a lot more like a box-style, box-compact game, but obviously on a field surface. There are 5 players on the field, not including a goalie, so 6 players, including the goalie. You only have 12 players per team, including the goalie, so basically 2 lines and a little bit more. So this game is absolutely rapid. Another thing to be important to note is face-offs only happen at the beginning of quarters. And there are 4 quarters, 8 minutes each. Run time, there's no stops unless there's a penalty called against one of the sides or an infraction called. But other than that, face-offs at the start of every quarter, and when a goal is scored, instead of doing a face-off like you would do in box or field lacrosse, they let the goalie immediately play the ball, and because the goalie immediately plays the ball, it is instant transition for the team who just got scored on. So this game is absolutely rapid, and it is quite a sight to see as Doreen Ndasi gets the start for Kenya, number 1. While over in the Canadian net is Lauren Spence, who had a great game against the Haudenosaunee yesterday in a 10-5 win in their first game of the tourney. They are 1-0, while Kenya lost 30-2 yesterday to the Americans, so they obviously are 0-1. So the Haudenosaunee will take on the 1-0 Americans after this one. And then the main event, I guess you could say, is the 1-0 currently Canadians versus the 1-0 currently United States. As here is the face-off between Canada and Kenya. Kenya in the red and white, Canada in the black. Here, and Canada wins the draw, and here we go. Canada quickly up the field, and they were very potent on offense when they had chances against the Haudenosaunee. I expect that to continue, here against Kenya. Walker Welch plays that one around. Shot clock is in effect, 30-second shot clock. It's going to be, I believe, an infraction called already. Ooh. That was a card. And I think it was a yellow against the Canadians, so... Actually, no, I'm not sure what that was. But regardless, it's going to be a 5-on-4 in favor of Kenya early. I couldn't tell what color that card was because of the sun, because it is beaming right down on top of me. But regardless, Kenya will have the power play. So early offensive possession here for Kenya. It's a full 30-second power play. Even if a goal is scored, a player will stay off the field until the full 30 seconds has expired. They take that shot, and it's easily caught by Spence. And now the Canadians will come up and chew the rest of that power play you'd expect. And now I'm not sure if that was a major or a minor. Majors are 1 minute. Minors are 30 seconds in this 8-minute running time quarter. I guess I should say quarters. As that ball is now taken away by Kenya. And Kenya trying to get quickly up the field here in transition. They are able to kind of get away, and here they come. That shot ends up going by Spence, who will quickly go and grab the ball there to send it down the field. And now they still are without a player. So it must be a major. It must be a full minute going against the Canadians. We'll see when they get their fifth player back on the floor, back on the field. Around the top, that goes for the Canadians again. They're still short a player. Nice pass off. That shot. And did that go? Yes, it did. And that looked to be Hannah Morris with her first goal of the day and gets Canada on the board. That was number 4 again. Hannah Morris with the first goal of the game for Canada. Still 5-on-4 in favor of Kenya, but now Canada with possession. Off that steal. Quickly up the field. Nice pass. Wide open. Canada break. And that's number 2. Brooklyn Walker Welsh with a goal as Kenya will have to play it again from their own end. And it's still 5-on-4. It's been longer than a minute, so that must have been a major. And Canada really at a disadvantage here to start off this first quarter. I thought it was a red card, but I really couldn't, again, see with this sun beaming down on me as Canada, again, quickly in transition. And they get a third. Erica Evans with the goal. So quickly, 3-0 Canada. Unlucky start here for Kenya. A couple bad turnovers on the power play, and they've quickly gone down. Is now back to 5-on-5 as that shot goes wide of Lauren Spence. As Spence couldn't get a hold of it, so Kenya will keep possession. I think it went off Spence. That's why she kind of stared up to the sky because she knew she touched it. And I do want to mention, if that was a red card against the Canadians, that would mean that player has been expelled from the game, I would have to assume. That shot on target caught by Spence, so that could also mean the Canadians went from 12 players down to 11 players, including the goalie, so basically have exactly 10 lines, or 2 lines, pardon me, as the Canadians back down the field. Now that the Canadians have a full shot clock to work around, they got 10 left here on this one. Not able to get that slip pass in. Ball now still loose. Now their team's got a hold of it, so the shot clock is still running. Canada's got to shake the shot. They do, and it's saved there by Kenya, but Canada able to get back to possession, so fresh 30 here for the Black Shirts. Canada going for a little bit of a change here on the fly. Erica Evans. Back into the middle, that ball went, skipped kind of through, and the ball's now loose, and Kenya should get a hold of it. They do, right in front of their own bench, but it's not really got a real handle on it, so they are going to say, though, Kenya had possession, so another fresh 30 for the Canadians. And again, this is running time, so it is 8-minute quarters, but not really 8 minutes of playing, because, again, the clock doesn't stop unless a minor is called or an infraction. As that goal is scored, and that looked to be by 27, Dana Dobby.
Canada goal scored for number 27, Dana Dobby.
As now quickly come the Canadians. And that shot scores. And that looked to be double twos. Shanley Wallace.
Team Canada goal scored for number 22, Shanley Wallace.
So the Canadians quickly up, and I believe that is 5 now for the Black Shirts. With 5 different goal scorers. Dobie, Wallace, Evans, Walker, Welch, and Morris. From my count, they haven't put the 5th one up yet. I will mention, though, Spencer Byers here, bringing you the call. Cajun Thea Rutheni Castle, I'm running the camera. So all I got to do here is sit here and watch some lacrosse. Still haven't added the 5th goal up yet. I swear I'm right in saying it's 5-0, as the Canadians will quickly come up the field. In all alone. Actually, a little bit of harassing there from behind, but that one goes anyway. And I believe that would be 18, Skylar MacArthur with that one to make it 6.
Team Canada goal scored for number 19, Jordan Dean.
Oh, 19, so I give it to Jordan Dean. I couldn't really tell again from the sun beaming down on me. That shot doesn't beat Spence. It goes just a little wide. Spence didn't know if that one beat her or not. It's now 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Again, this game is absolutely rapid. And there it is, the 6th goal up on the board. So, luckily, my past grade 11 math worked out for me. That ball into the middle. That shot, nice scoop shot. That was a beauty there by Dana Dobie. That's 7. Again, I will mention that Kenya did lose the Americans yesterday in their first game of the... And I will be completely honest here. Kenya did lose their first game, by 30-2 to the Americans. And it took them to the second half to get their first goal of the game, and then they got a second in the 4th quarter. So we'll see if they can get one here. That one got saved there by Spence. She just got a hold of that one again. She kind of had to look back, which the goalie never wants to do in any sport, just look backwards, as now we're in the last minute of play in this first quarter. Canada up to a quick lead. If they get one here, they'll have a goal for every minute in the first quarter. That back pass, that was slick, and that's a goal for the Canadians. And that'll look to be Dana again. And now, I'll be honest. The timekeeper or the announcer above me, the in-house announcer, said Dana Dobie and then said Dobby. So, I'm going to say Dobby. So, number 27, Dana Dobby, I believe, got that one. It is Dobie? Thank you. I think the parents are in front of me, so they gave me the correct pronunciations, which does save me a little bit. As Kenya, that shot saved there by Spence as the clock does expire, so the Canadians got a goal for every minute, and it's 8-0 Canada after 1. A dominant first quarter for the Black Shirts as we now have our 2-minute break in between the first and second quarter. 8-0 is the score for Canada over Kenya. As we mentioned yesterday, myself and Lance, who will be back with me tomorrow for the medal games, that Kenya, this is really a learning experience for them, playing against three of the best teams, if not the three best teams in the Super 6 discipline of lacrosse in Canada, the Haudenosaunee, and the United States. So nothing to be ashamed of being in games, I'll say shootouts like this to the Canadians, to the Americans, and their last game later this afternoon against the Haudenosaunee, which will be the first game in the afternoon session at 3 o'clock sharp. But we will get ready for the second quarter between Canada and Kenya as you watch this from Civic Field in Oshawa on World Sports Broadcasting Network. And welcome back here to Civic Field. Second quarter about to start. Face off between Kenya and Canada. Canada up 8-0 after one. Litany of goal scorers, of course, with the 8-0 score line, but with only 12 players, and I believe 11 technically with the red card that got shown. Even though I do see, 6 players on the bench, so that would be the 12 players you're allowed. I'd say 1 goalie and 11 outward players, because there really is no offense or defense. Everyone's playing transition because just the lack of bodies. As immediately a face-off infraction. We saw a lot of those yesterday in the 2 games we saw between Canada and the Haudenosaunee and Kenya versus America. So Canada gets the ball off the face-off, and here we go. And again, face-offs only come at the start of quarters. They will not be coming after goals, as you've seen. Played by the goalie, which makes it very fast-paced. That move, that shot, nice save there by Ndasi. Kenya still fighting for it. That shot over, and it just skips by Spence, who will quickly go grab another ball. And she has been fantastic this tournament so far. She played great yesterday against the Haudenosaunee and has stopped everything that's come her way against Kenya so far. Obviously, the maybe arguably toughest test they may face is against the Americans later tonight. They are the last game of the day at 4:30 p.m. today. So again, lots of great lacrosse games going on. Americans versus the Haudenosaunee coming up next at 11:30. Slated start. As the Canadians again, they got about 2 seconds left to shoot. Did they shoot that one before? I don't think they did, so the shot clock violation is called as Kenya's got to go retrieve. Whistle's blown. I'm not exactly sure what the whistle was for. The refs might converge here. What? It is Kenya ball regardless. As Kenya just can't fight through. Kenya, that shot, again, skips wide there of Lauren Spence, so she'll go retrieve a new ball and get it started back up again. Again, with the litany of balls, I mean litany, there's a ball basically every maybe meter or so, meter and a half around this playing surface, so never a ball too far away to continue play and get the action back under with the running clock. As Canada got about 12 seconds to work here with the shot clock, and they're really taking their time like they did in the first quarter, and it paid dividends with 8 goals. That shot, and that goes, and that would be Hannah Morris, who got the first goal of the first quarter, gets the first goal of the second quarter, and makes it 9. That ball passed in by Kenya. Kenya's still fighting for it. That ball is still loose. Ball in the feet now. Still bumping around for it. 12 seconds left. Canada on the shot clock as Canada takes it away, and shot clock obviously will reset. Canada quickly up the field. I'm not sure if she's in the restricted area. She was, so that goal will not count. That pass, that shot, and whistle's going to go as Kenya score. And I'm not exactly sure what that's called. I think it's a penalty against, I think it's a timeout, actually.
No goal, timeout, Team Kenya.
It is a timeout, Team Kenya, and that is unlucky, as you saw there. As Esther and I scored, but as the whistle went, so the goal is waved off, as I think you heard, but if you didn't, goal was waved off and a timeout called by Kenya. Both teams get 30-second timeouts, one each, I believe one per half, as Canada will quickly come back to their defensive position. So Kenya will still have possession. I believe they get a fresh shot clock out of it as well. We'll see if they do drop it to the original timing on the clock. As we're still waiting here to get set. I'm not exactly sure what we're waiting for. I guess shot clock getting down, so it was on a fresh shot clock. We're just waiting to get the shot clock in the right position. Shot clock is reset, and it's moving now to 10 seconds. So Kenya's got to move quick here off this timeout. Wonder what they drew up here with 5 seconds now on the shot clock. Kenya's got to move. They lose possession, and Canada takes it away. So I'm not going to say costly timeout, but definitely not what Kenya would have wanted as they scored on that timeout. As now Canada back with possession. As they play it around into the middle, that ball doesn't end up getting all the way into the middle. It does end up getting back to a black stick. That ball into the middle. That shot skips wide. Ball will not stay in play. The Canadians just couldn't keep that one in. So it'll be a Kenya ball. But again, the clock doesn't stop. Shot clock doesn't stop. So they've already wasted. Oh, no, they will get a fresh shot clock. I was wondering because shot clock would kept running. So they do get a fresh 30, but that game clock did keep running, so Kenya's got to move quick here. Because everything's a learning experience, and this is their second game, but it is early, so this is the early game today. So you got to expect maybe their second game against the Haudenosaunee, who have to play technically 2 in a row, but there is a break in between the 11:30 game between the Haudenosaunee and the Americans, and then the 3 o'clock game with the between Haudenosaunee and Kenya. As now the Canadians move it around. That shot, and that's in. And I believe that was Morris again. And it was Hannah Morris. But at least by her third of the contest. So that is a hat trick for Morris. Kenya's still trying to fight through. That ball gets whacked away. Canada's pressure ate up the Haudenosaunee. It's eating up Kenya already as Canada in. That one's, I'll say, too easy for Erica Evans, who had a couple against the Haudenosaunee as well. I think she had 3 against the Haudenosaunee yesterday. And that's at least her second of the day. And this Canada team can score in bunches with how quickly they can take the ball away and move it. As Kenya now get it in close. And I has to throw it back. That shot from a mile away skips wide, and it will keep rolling. So Spence will just pick up one of the many balls strewn behind the net. Now here come the Canadians again with about 2.5 minutes left in this first half. Again, it'll be a 5-minute halftime in between the second and third quarters. So there will be a little halftime where we can all catch our breath and reassess what's going on. Again, women's World Lacrosse Super Sixes. Canada versus Kenya. Canada in black, Kenya in the red and white. as that's going to be a shot clock violation against the Canadians. So here come Kenya. Trying to move it quick, and I couldn't receive the pass, and the Canadians will just kind of force it away, and now they'll collect in their own end. That ball into the middle, wide open. That was a slick shot, but it ended up skipping wide. And I believe that was Dana Doby with that back behind the back shot. She's done it a couple times now, and it's a nifty move, but just wasn't able to get that one on target. But the Canadians got the possession back anyway. I'm not sure it was an infraction against Kenya or if it was just off a Kenya player when it went out. As now quickly in, that shot caught, or at least whacked away there by Indasi. As the Canadians do pick it back up. Played all the way around the horn. They have to play it back, though. And now they'll pass it back where it came. Fake there. Trying to get the shot away. Ball bounces around. Is passed all the way around the shoe. That shot saved there. Blocked and saved, I believe, there by Indasi. Timeout, I want to say, but it might actually be a penalty here going against the Canadians. It's a slash. And it is, as Morris will sit for 30 seconds for a slash. So Kenya went back to their power play. Whistle goes here. So I guess they're going to reset Kenya. As the clock is stopped. 1:07 left. 11-0 Canada. Only have 3 goals in this second quarter. Which obviously is a pretty good return. But after having 8 in the first quarter, I think the Canadians would feel a little hard done by not getting at least a couple more here before this minute and 7 seconds expires here for the Black Shirts. As again, their pressure has just been dominant here for Kenya as the Canadians try to give the ball back, and now they do. So we'll wait for the whistle to go and get us back up and running here. Fresh shot clock, 1:07 left on the game clock. See a couple American players walking down on the track. So they are obviously paying close attention to this Canadian team as they got to see them play the Haudenosaunee yesterday in a Canada 10-5 win. Kenya up to the top. That one bounces through. We're in the last minute of play. Canada couldn't capitalize there on the transition ball. Ball is still loose, and 3 red shirts went and picked it up. So now Kenya, chance here to break. That ball just not received. Ball still bouncing around. Kenya have a chance to pick it up. They only got 4 seconds on the shot clock. Canada's going to just kind of whack it like it's broom ball. Ball scooted up, and whistle's going to go. And quickly, we're going to get it back here. As Canada almost lost that one. Almost did lose that one. 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. So this basically would be the last possession of the game. Unless the Canadians don't use the whole clock, which I expect they won't. That shot scores. I guess if you get a grade A scoring chance like that one, you'll take it. And that looked to be Erica Evans with her third to make it 12-0 Canada. So Kenya with the last rush of the game. And I played it back and not going to be able to take the shot away. Looks to be Susan Kaptingi. As after 2 quarters of play, 12-0 in favor of the Canadians over Kenya. Kenya took till the second half to get their first goals yesterday against the Americans. So we'll see if that rings true here today in this morning game against Canada. They did score 2 goals in that 30-2 loss to the U.S. in game number 1, but right now I don't think Canada's really on that pace to get 30, which, again, is an improvement for Kenya. This is really an experience type of tournament for Kenya, who are definitely seen as, I think, the underdogs at this particular event, but they've had some definitely good chances and some good spurts, and we'll see if they can continue that in the second half, while Canada, second quarter wasn't probably as dominant as they would have wanted, but they still have a 12-0 advantage, and Lauren Spence has still looked great, like she did yesterday against the Haudenosaunee. Well, I'll be right back with the second half between Canada and Kenya here at Civic Field in Oshawa, and only on the World Sports Broadcasting Network.
You know it in your core. Introducing the Helios Core, a breakthrough in skating development. With smart technology and artificial intelligence, the Helios Core analyzes key aspects of your skating, then shares the data in a mobile app. so players and coaches can see a player's progress, what still needs work, and where they stand against other players their age. The Helios Core gives players the information they need to improve their skating faster than ever before.
I really do believe that the lacrosse community has become stronger with trying to really chase that Olympic dream. You've seen so many different countries striving towards greatness. You're now seeing more and more players come from the collegiate level and the pro level and strive to play for their country. I think that's an incredible thing. And I think having the Olympics at stake really has made that come to life.
We started talking about Olympic inclusion. We all knew that we needed to get there. And, it's such a privilege for us to be playing the sport and to be involved in the sport right now at this stage where we are ready to be taking that next step.
I think the vision to return to the games has rebuilt community and a sense of pride and momentum, purpose that we haven't had in 20 plus years. So feel that fire and that possibility has been pretty cool. And it's why a lot of us have put so much time into doing our part and having a role in getting lacrosse back in the Olympics.
I think most people would agree that the Olympics are the pinnacle of sport. It is important for us to continue to grow, promote the sport, and actively pursue that.
Just to see where the sport is and see, wow, they're here from that country. I didn't even know they had a lacrosse program. It opens your eyes to such beautiful things that our game has done, and it just shows me that there's so much more we can do.
And I think people think we're just aiming for the Olympics, but we're not. Our main ambition, our main vision is actually to grow lacrosse around the world. And the Olympic vision helps that at every stage. It helps it with growth. It helps it with the publicity.
Both World Lacrosse and different lacrosse associations have been improving a lot, no matter if it got included or not. We're growing more members, more people know about lacrosse, more people picking up a stick and start playing, and people start to enjoy the sports a lot more as well.
It's brought us all together, no matter where you're from, no matter what team you play for, what country you represent. It brings us all together because we have that common goal of getting our game to that Olympic stage, and I think it's only been a positive. I think a lot of people, it's created positive change within, the youth landscape, into the college ranks, and professionally. Just been a great transition and a lot of growth for our game.
Welcome back here to Civic Field in Oshawa for the Women's World Lacrosse Super Sixes tournament, I should say. Spencer Byers here bringing you this one between Canada and Kenya. Cajun Thiruthani Castlum running the camera. And yes, it is Thiruthani Castlum. 17 characters long for my favorite cameraman. As Canada's up 12-0. I think they've still shorted Canada a goal. We'll see when they put that one up on the board. As Canada now play that one around. Face-offs only begin the quarters. I know I keep saying it, but just because it's a rather new discipline. Only becoming a thing since 2018, and obviously COVID kind of takes everything away for about 2 years, so... And a 30-second shot clock, which, I gotta be honest, I really like. As Kenya in the red and white, Canada in the black. As both teams are fighting for it. Ball loose. Kenya picks it up, but they just can't get the shot away. And Lauren Spence takes that one away. And she has been great with her goalie stick here so far this weekend. As now Canada with possession. To start off with this second half, and I just heard the head coach call the play Ricky, so I love when coaches have names for plays that are original. As Canada now into the middle, that shot off the post. I think. I couldn't tell what that call was. I think they're giving possession the other way. I haven't seen a goal been added, so I'm going to say that was off the post and possession now to Kenya. Might have been honestly a shot clock violation against the Canadians. And it was a shot clock violation. Cajun just confirmed my guess with the with what I thought it was, as Canada now get back possession off the turnover from Kenya. Canada has kind of started every quarter slow today. They started the first quarter sort of slow, ended up getting 8 goals in that one. Started the second quarter a little slow, only got 4 goals in that one, and they've started a little slow here in this third quarter, but the pressure is still there. It's just the goals haven't really been there to start these couple of quarters, which I'm not really sure they're going to want to keep that a habit, as that ball skips wide there of Doreen Indasi. As Indasi's now got to play it, so the defenders are coming back for it, thank goodness, as that ball was passed up a little low, so then I got to pick it up, and now here they come. That's Kaptingi with possession now, off for Anai. Anai, who's been one of the more talented Kenya players. That shot from the top, saved there by Spence. It skips by, and I'm actually not even sure Spence got a touch on it, as it's now Canada possession. Also, full respect to Kenya, because they are obviously the most far-traveled team, with obviously Canada, the Haudenosaunee Americans, not having too far of a trip to play here in Oshawa compared to Kenya. So, even more respect to the far-traveling nation of the red and white currently. As that fake there. Nice move. That's shot, and Canada gets back on the board, and that's Erica Evans with her, I think, third, if not fourth of the game.
Team Canada goals, number 11, Erica Evans.
That shot, and Kenya get their first goal of the game, and it's Susan Kaptingi. I think even the Canadian fans are cheering for that one. So again, it's full respect to the Kenya team as Kaptingi gets the first goal of the game for Kenya. And again, that's, I think, a great sign of respect here to Kenya, is that everyone's just, happy for them to be here and happy for them to get the experience here at the World Lacrosse Super Sixes. As that shot saved by Indasi. She's made a couple impressive saves here so far this weekend, as Canada have only gotten 1 goal so far in this quarter, and we're already halfway through it. Played off now. And Zela couldn't get that shot away, and possession will now go to the Canadians. That ball went wide of Lauren Spence. And Cajuns got 13-1. Scoreboard says 12-1, so I think they're wrong. I think it's 13-1. So, hopefully the scorers table's got 13, so we don't shortchange a player a goal, because I swear they got 4 goals in that second quarter, not 3, but regardless, the Canadians now playing it around the top. That shot, as the shot clock went, saved by the netminder Indasi. But as the shot clock went, so Kenya will get possession. That shot high, and Spence caught it. Short pass, and the Canadians will come quickly up the field. Again, stay tuned. 11:30, next game, USA Haudenosaunee great one in store between the 0-1 Haudenosaunee, who really could use a win against the Americans and make this standings a lot more interesting as the Canadians look to go 2-0 after this particular result, unless Kenya does the miracle miraculous. And Cajun, I'd be here for the miraculous. As whistles are going to go here, I think the timeout's been taken by Kenya. Again, you get 1 30-second timeout per half. They've taken now both of their timeouts with 2:05 left in this third quarter. 13-1 Canada over Kenya, but Kenya's now got 3 goals on the tournament. All 3 of their goals coming in the second half of games. 2 against the Americans, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and they got 1 so far in this third quarter. So they're a second half team, if you will. But you definitely would think against the Haudenosaunee in their last game of the round robin, because at this point, well, I won't say at this point, everyone is guaranteed a medal game because there only are 4 teams here, and we'll have the bronze and gold medal games on Sunday, 10 a.m. for the bronze medal, 11:30 for the gold medal tomorrow morning. Lance and I will be bringing you that call. Oh, I think I actually got told by the scorers table that actually one of the goals didn't count, so it is only 12-1. So I have been lying, not intentionally, but apparently it only is 12-1. Not sure which one didn't count, to be honest with you, but regardless, that's why I'm the one commentating. As now Kenya right off the timeout, spinning. I thought she'd shoot. She doesn't end up. She plays back to the top. Kenya still got to take a shot here. 16 seconds to shoot. That ball gets blocked. Ball now loose. And can Kenya pick it up? They should be able to now. Not really able to. They're going to have to shoot with about 7 seconds left in the shot clock. Make that 5. And now Canada will pick it up. And now they're able to kind of reset themselves and have a chance here with 1.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Again, these are action-packed, fast quarters. But again, this has only been a 1-goal quarter for Canada. So they have really struggled to get the offense going to start off this second half. As Kenya got 14 seconds left to work on the shot clock. That one passed down. Moving in, couldn't get the shot away. Went into the litany of bodies, and Canada takes it away. Canada now quickly up the field. That one passed off. Down low, that shot goes over the net of Indasi, and they get away with that one, does Kenya. They got to move quick here as this clock is still moving. They guess they're going to take the last possession here of the game. As Indasi having trouble here picking up the ball, which is causing them problems, is now she's going to take that one, and now here we go. That wasted about 10 seconds on the clock, so now it is 18 seconds here for Kenya with the last possession of the quarter. A chance to get their second goal of this quarter. Kaptingi got the first one for Kenya. That shot skips and caught. Canada might have a chance here with 5 seconds. Quickly spiraling away. Can they get a shot away? They could, but it went wide anyway, so I'm not sure if it would have counted, but that will end 3 quarters of play. We'll now have another 2-minute break, and 12-1 is the score for Canada. A 1-1 tie if you look at the goals for either team, so that is a massive positive to this Kenya team that, again, would be the, I'll say, massive underdogs here, but they have shown out here against the Canadians and have definitely shown that they are nothing to take lightly. As I'll be right back with the fourth and potentially final quarter between Canada and Kenya here at the Women's World Lacrosse Super Sixes in Oshawa on WSBN. Welcome back here. Civic Field in Oshawa. Fourth and potentially final quarter between Canada and Kenya. Canada up 12-1. But in that third quarter, it was a 1-1 tie on goals. So Kenya playing a lot better as this game's gone on as we get ready for the last, well, suspected last 8 minutes of this game. Again, 8-minute quarters, running time. So the time just kind of elapsed quick. So Kenya having to make up 11 goals is a tall order. And no, I will not say they're going to do it, but you always got to give a team a chance. Here's another infraction right off the face-off. Again, face-off's only at the beginning of quarters. As Kenya can't get that one away. They are able to get back possession, it looks like, as they're kind of passing that ball around like this is field hockey. And that'll do have possession. Kenya passed off that shot, and I just misses the net. And whistle's going to go here. I'm not sure what the infraction is for. Refs are going to converge, so all three referees are going to have a little conversation. Possession to Canada, and we're now in agreement. Like I said, we're just making sure everyone saw it the same way, and it looks like everyone was in agreement. Fake. There, the Canadians played across the top. Nice fake there by Evans. Back across. Canada in. That's a tackle there. That's going to be a penalty against Kenya. They almost lost focus there for a second. So Canada's still got to play. And now the whistle's going to go. And I think a timeout was taken by Canada. Oh, no. It was just the penalty call there against Kenya. So away will go Lena and Zala for 30 seconds for a slash, I believe, as Canada will go to their first power play of the game. 30-second has to all be served, so a goal will not finish the power play. It will continue for the full 30 seconds. That pass down, and Canada does score. Hannah Morris makes it 13-1. But Kenya, again, as I mentioned, still down to 4 players. And they actually have 3 players now on the field as they do a bit of a late change there. But they're actually kind of pushing Canada down right now as Canada's, just not wanting to let up another goal here to the red shirts. That ball kind of skips through the stick. They just keep the ball in. Thought about grabbing it. Still kind of waiting on it. Passes it around to herself, and she's able to pick it up as the shot clock does go. But I would say, shoot back to 5-on-5. They're not just yet, so Canada should have possession now when they do. So Canada with another chance here. Now it's back to 5-on-5. Canada definitely looking to have a lot better fourth quarter than third. They've already matched their goal tally from the third quarter here in this fourth. That back pass, couple of back passes there. Behind the back, no lookers as Canada now passes around the shoe. That shot goes wide of Mandasi, who will briskly go pick up a ball from behind the net. Mandasi plays it up, and now Kenya with a chance to play. With about 5 minutes left here in this fourth quarter. Kenya around the net. That pass in front. Nobody home just yet. Kenya might be the first ones there. And they are. That ball was skipping around. It's now kind of bounced past as Canada will retrieve that loose ball. Evans thought about, that wasn't Evans. That was Dean, thought about shooting it, but thought better of it and passed it away. Canada kind of late on the change. That ball loose and taken away there by Kenya. Kaptingi, who's got their only goal, quickly up the field. Passes it off to Chirotich, who just couldn't get that one past Spence, who now has possession. Spence is going to fire it. She does, and that's a pretty stick-to-stick pass there by the netminder, Lawrence Spence. Nice fake there by the Canadians. Ball does pop out. They're able to immediately pick it back up. Nice pass. Nifty move again there by Doby, but no one was there to catch it. Again, already halfway through this fourth quarter, and the Canadians only have one goal so far. As Kenya pass it up. Around the top it goes here for Kenya. Passed over, and that ball goes far. Does it stay in? No, they're going to say it went out. That ball just skipped out, and I mean by barely, as now Canada will pick it up. I'd almost argue it looked like it was in from my angle, but obviously the referee had a lot better vantage point than I do. As the Canadians playing around the top here. They got 10 seconds left on the shot clock to work. Fake there, fighting through. That shot bounced, and it goes over. As back goes Doreen and Dossie to pick up the ball. As Kenya come the other way. Passed off. Back up to the top there for Kenya. Back to Anzela. And Anzela couldn't get the shot away as the shot clock went, but she kind of got taken down there as she shot it, but good sportsmanship there by Walker Welch, who was the one who kind of pushed her down to pick her back up. Obviously, it was not intentional. As now Walker Welch has got possession. Off for Doby. Doby fires it down. Pass back quickly up. That's now to Jordan Dean. Dean down low. That shot and scores for Canada. That's 14-1 now for the Black Shirts. I'm also trying to get a number here as Kenya quickly come the other way.
Team Canada goal, scorer number 77, Alex Matsuoka.
That's Alex Matsuoka's first goal of the game there for the Canadians, double sevens, as that ball's airmailed by Kenya. And now with about a minute and a half left in this one, Canada with this possession. That ball's airmailed over, though. Canada's going to keep that ball in, and they just do. That ball almost got away from them. That's the first real errant pass we've seen from Lawrence Spence this weekend. Given away there by the Canadians. That ball got whacked out, but they get it immediately back. But that should mean they get a fresh shot clock. They're actually going to say that Canada did not have possession, so they don't. That shot scores. And that's Wallace with her second. And I believe that would be 15-1. And they're going to say timeout taken there by Kenya. So Kenya with a minute left in this fourth and final quarter. Will have a chance to get themselves set up, and yes, it is 15-1. Again, do stay tuned after this one. Haudenosaunee versus the USA in a game that is very important for the Haudenosaunee, who lost yesterday to Canada 10-5. While the Americans, again, beat Kenya 30-2. So the Canadians have halved the American scoreline in this one so far. We'll see if they can get one or two more with the last minute of play. Obviously, it is Kenya's possession, though, off this timeout. But the next game is very important for the Haudenosaunee, who will end their day at 3 o'clock against Kenya, while the Canadians will have to now wait till 4:30 to play the Americans, who, again, play next. So they'll definitely be paying attention to that 11:30 game against the Haudenosaunee. That pass in the middle, and that was perfectly drawn up. They just couldn't connect the pass there. That was a flying Papella. That was glide Papella. And the Canadians score again. And I didn't even see that one. That's now 16-1 in favor of the Canadians. As Kenya just could not get that one through. and it was Brooklyn Walker-Welch who I thought got that one. Canada quickly up the field again, 2-on-1 for the Canadians. Back for Walker-Welch, back pass, and guess just one too many passes there in the offensive end as Kenya lose it in their own end one more time as Dobie now with possession. I think the Canadians might just chew the rest of this game clock as there's no shot clock in effect. And I think Canada will just kind of walk it out. And yes, they are. So that will do it. (16-1) is the final for Team Canada over Team Kenya here at Civic Field in Oshawa.
Final score this morning, Team Canada 16, Team Kenya 1.
Team Kenya had some great opportunities in this one, but just weren't able to get that final pass, like that last chance there off the timeout. That was a great drawn-up play, executed well there by Kenya. Just the final pass just wasn't on the mark, and they just could not complete it, but they were mighty close. And again, they still have one more game to play, so everything to play for here today. And then again, they will be, at this point, with their second loss in the bronze medal game against whoever they may face, as Canada is 2-0. And with that, Canada has almost clinched their spot in the gold medal game. They technically haven't, but it would take something miraculous. It would take some real specific results to happen for Canada not to be in the gold medal game. But Kenya is guaranteed to be in the bronze medal. But does not look too far ahead. Next up, USA versus Haudenosaunee, 11:30 here at the Civic Field in Oshawa for the Women's World Lacrosse Super Sixes tournament on WSBN.
You know it in your core. Introducing the Helios Core, a breakthrough in skating development. With smart technology and artificial intelligence, the Helios Core analyzes key aspects of your skating, then shares the data in a mobile app. So players and coaches can see a player's progress, what still needs work, and where they stand against other players their age. The Helios Core gives players the information they need to improve their skating faster than ever before.
I really do believe that the lacrosse community has become stronger with trying to really chase that Olympic dream. You've seen so many different countries striving towards greatness. You're now seeing more and more players come from the collegiate level and the pro level and strive to play for their country. I think that's an incredible thing. And I think having the Olympics at stake really has made that come to light.
We started talking about Olympic inclusion. We all knew that we needed to get there. And, it's such a privilege for us to be playing the sport and to be involved in the sport right now at this stage where we are ready to be taking that next step.
I think the vision to return to the games has rebuilt community and a sense of pride and momentum, purpose that we haven't had in 20 plus years. So feel that fire and that possibility has been pretty cool. And it's why a lot of us have put so much time into doing our part and having a role in getting lacrosse back into the Olympics.
I think most people would agree that the Olympics are the pinnacle of sport. It is important for us to continue to grow, promote the sport, and actively pursue that.
Just to see where the sport is and see, wow, they're here from that country. I didn't even know they had a lacrosse program. It opens your eyes to such beautiful things that our game has done, and it just shows me that there's so much more we can do.
And I think people think we're just aiming for the Olympics, but we're not. Our main ambition, our main vision is actually to grow lacrosse around the world. And the Olympic vision helps that at every stage. It helps it with growth. It helps it with the publicity.
Both World Lacrosse and different lacrosse associations have been improving a lot, no matter if it got included or not. We're growing more members, more people know about lacrosse, more people picking up a stick and start playing, and people start to enjoy the sports a lot more as well.
It's brought us all together, no matter where you're from, no matter what team you play for, what country you represent. It brings us all together because we have that common goal of getting our game to that Olympic stage. And I think it's only been a positive. I think a lot of people, it's created positive change within the youth landscape, into the college ranks, and professionally. Just been a great transition and a lot of growth for our game.